Hey everybody, Matthew Cole with West Shore Mortgage here in Sacramento. Today we're going to talk a little bit about credit repair companies and how you know you're choosing the right one and not getting taken to the bank. Credit repair companies, they're everywhere. They promise you this, they promise you that. They're going to get your credit score up 100 points. It's a bunch of junk. Credit Karma, freecreditreport.com. You gotta pay close attention because at the end of the day, you're being suckered by a lot of these places and they think they're telling you the right thing. You gotta pick a side. If you're a professional and ruining your credit or you're a professional and getting your credit score up, you can't be both. If you've got messed up credit, you gotta listen to the experts in regards to how to improve your credit. My recommendation is, if you've got bad credit, talk to a professional. So I always say, sit down with someone, let them analyze your credit report, make sure that they're going after everything in regards to removing collections, removing charge-offs, even trying to get lates removed. Sometimes those things are like tattoos and they're almost impossible to remove. Some of these guys and girls are really good, so make sure you listen to what they tell you when they're asking you to do certain things. There's gonna be certain companies that just have you do the bare minimum just to kind of get a reaction out of your credit. You know, they're gonna have you just throw everything in dispute, which all that is like is throwing a tissue paper over spilled milk in the kitchen. It's just gonna cover up the problem, it's not gonna fix it. So typically what we do is when we get a credit report, we're always looking at how we can improve things, like remove collections. We'll even get on the phone with the collection company with you to see if we can offer some kind of compromise, but the goal is to get them to delete it like it never existed. That is the key phrase. Some of these companies won't really give too much in detail on how to improve your credit because they're kind of like the medical insurance field. They make money off the longer you're with them. Another way how to improve your credit if you've got lower credit is to get added as an authorized user. So an authorized user is basically a mom and dad, a friend, grandma, grandpa. It could be anybody. Somebody who's gonna sign you up on their good credit card that will automatically transfer over to your credit and looks like it's your credit. So if somebody has a 5-year-old credit card, a 10-year-old credit card with a $10,000 balance and a $5 limit, that's gonna be a really good credit trade line. So when they sign you up on that credit card, it's gonna automatically transfer over to your credit report and boost your score up really high. Another way is to take your credit cards you already have and potentially ask your credit company to increase your limits. That could also help, as long as you don't spend more money. That can ruin you. Places like Credit Karma are always going to use a different kind of scoring model versus what we use. Banking institutions are always going to use the most strictest scoring model when it comes to reviewing your credit, where the places online, Credit Karma, mycreditreport.com, even the credit scoring through your Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America card that offer you a free credit score are all going to use a different scoring model, a more weaker or less strength scoring model that may not look at collections and late payments and charge-offs like financial institutions do. Since the crash, we've always used the more strict scoring models to make sure that when we're reviewing someone's credit, it looks at it as its accurate number, not as a partial accurate numbers. If you're seeing that your credit score online is a 660 or a 700 or an 800, chances are it might be lower when a banking or a financial institution pulls it just because of that reason. So if we pull it and you see your score and it's different, it's going to be very common. It happens all the time. Don't be freaked out. It's just that they are going to run a different way of viewing your credit than the banking institutions do. So the good news about credit and about credit scoring is it's easy to fix. You know, it's one of those things where it's not the end of the world, it just takes time to get to there. So if you have any questions about your credit or how to improve your credit, or if you've been told that you have low credit and you can't apply or can't buy a home, reach out. I'd love to take a look at your credit report and see how we can make your score high enough to buy a house.